Today I wanna go over why the United States should have 34 states. We don't need 50 states in the United States. A better reflection of the country would be to have 34 states. It's just a better reflection of the people in the states, and I'm gonna go over why. Alaska and Hawaii, they could just stay the same. Alaska and Hawaii. Maine would stay the same. Mainers wouldn't want to merge with anybody. Maine could just remain Maine. However, Vermont and New Hampshire, they can just become Vermont. There's no reason to remain separate. It's okay. Same thing with Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Very similar populations of people. You could just have Massachusetts. Very simple. New York and Connecticut. I've lived here. These are horribly shitty places to live. You can just have New York and Connecticut merge. Very similar population of people. It could just be New York. You don't need a Connecticut. Let it be one state. New Jersey, no one would want New Jersey. New Jersey would stay the same because no one would want it, frankly. Pennsylvania, the opposite. People in Pennsylvania wouldn't want to merge with anyone. Same with Ohio and Indiana. Probably Illinois too. They can stay the same. However, here, Maryland can take Delaware. Delaware, it's all about being a tax haven. There's no state income tax there. But as you can see, it's all one piece. Let it be Maryland. Virginia would stay the same. The Carolinas, it could just be Carolina. As well as Dakota. Just have Carolina and Dakota. You don't need North and South. Georgia here. Georgia can take all of this piece of Tennessee. This is the garbage of Tennessee. Everything to the east of like Jackson, that's just garbage. Let it go to Georgia. It would all be Georgia. It's fine. And then Florida would be the same. Mississippi would be this. It would be Alabama and Mississippi, and no one would miss it being separate. It's all the same kind of people. It's just Mississippi. And then here, Louisiana and Arkansas can just be Louisiana. Let it be one. Arkansas, who cares? And then here, Michigan. The part with Detroit would remain Michigan, but this upper piece here, this upper piece at the top, there's no reason for it to stay Michigan. It can merge with Wisconsin. They're the same kind of people. They're more like Wisconsiners than Michigan. That could all be the same. Minnesota would be the same. Here, Iowa would merge with Missouri. It would remain as Missouri. It would take all this piece in the middle, all this garbage, with the exception of Kansas City and St. Louis. That would all just be Missouri. St. Louis would merge with this nice part of Tennessee, which is the Memphis and Jackson side, and that would just be the new Tennessee, and that'd be a lovely state now, because now it has St. Louis and Memphis, and that would be the new Tennessee. They can give the rest to Georgia. It's okay. They don't need that piece. It's just junk. And then here, Kansas City can remain be annexed to Kansas. Kansas would merge with Nebraska as well. Omaha, Kansas. It's fine. It sounds fine. And then Kansas City can be part of Kansas. Kansas would expand tremendously, and they'd be very happy about that. Now, Texas would remain about the same, except that El Paso is not really like Texas. It's a Democrat city. There's no reason for it to stay in Texas. It has no say in what Texas does. And then, of course, the rest of Texas could merge back here with Oklahoma, because Oklahoma, that's just where we forced the American Indians to relocate in the 1800s. But in modern day, it can relocate. It's okay. And El Paso can go to New Mexico. New Mexico would merge with Colorado. It would just be Colorado. No one wants to be affiliated with Mexico anymore. It'd be El Paso, New Mexico, and Colorado. The capital would be Denver, and that would be the new Colorado, and it'd be fine. Same up here with Montana and Wyoming. Very similar kind of people. It would just be Montana. Montana would have a higher population. It would have more say in the country. It'd be this nice large state in landmass, and very little would change, to be honest. Arizona would take over Las Vegas as well as the Mojave Desert of California. It's all much more like Arizona. The people identify more with Arizona, and it would be more like, it's really more like Arizona there. I grew up in the Mojave Desert. The rest of California would just stay here, which is, like the San Diego, Sacramento, Los Angeles, but the desert can go to Arizona as well as Las Vegas. But the northern piece here of California, they don't really identify with California. They don't really want to be. This is north of San Francisco and Sacramento. This could merge with Oregon and become what's called Jefferson, the state of Jefferson, which they've been meaning to kind of separate for a while anyway. And it makes more sense. They all kind of affiliate more together, except Jefferson would also claim Carson City and Reno, because Carson City and Reno would not want to be part of Idaho and Utah. So this would be Jefferson. It would have Portland would go away because Portlanders are more like Washington people anyway. So Oregon would merge with NorCal as well as Carson City and Reno, give up Portland. Utah would merge with Idaho, a high Mormon population, similar people. It would actually Utah could actually touch Canada, which it would be very excited to do. It would give up Las Vegas, and it would give up Reno and Carson City, but all this other eastern part of Nevada affiliates more with Idaho and Utah anyway, so that could just be Utah. It makes more sense as a state. Finally, here, Kentucky and West Virginia can just merge into Kentucky. They can just be Kentucky. It would continue to be the only state in the country where both bestiality and incest are legal. And so that can just be Kentucky. No need to have them separate. And there you go, the 34 states of the new United States.